Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Amy Hawkless Show, where we cover everything on the diamond with the South Green Lady Rebel softball team. Usually we're joined here with Lady Rebel softball coach Amy Hawk, but she took another day off this week, so second week in a row without her. Again, though, we're joined here with three Lady Rebel softball players. Girls, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Chloe Salisbury.
I'm Ashlyn Parton.
I'm Haley Bird.
Ladies, how we doing today?
Pretty good.
I know it's a day off. I think it's the first time I've not interviewed anybody in uniforms this year. You kind of get the last part of this week off. You kind of went through a stretch where you had so many games in so many days. You had a lot scheduled. Some didn't get played with the Tiny Day tournament being postponed on Friday, but you still got, I think, 5 games in 4 days. How much have you enjoyed this time off since you've been able to settle down after the West Green game on Tuesday?
I mean, I like it, having time off, because it gets kind of tiring, but at the same time, I feel like I need to practice if I have too much time off.
I think it's a lot better than how we usually do because, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but we had a game every single day. And it was very exhausting, but I do also think I need to practice.
Yeah, I enjoy playing. I enjoy, cheering and stuff. But I guess some time off is okay.
Icebreaker question. Since you mentioned it, I've been asking about it. You said cheering in the dugout.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of y'all's favorite cheers in the dugout?
We don't like your dirty balls.
That seems to be the popular answer. We're 3 for 3 on that one this week.
I do like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It seems to be everybody's favorite. But let's talk about some of the games that y'all have played. We sat down last week and we previewed the games with Hampton, all the Tiny Day games, which we'll cover in bulk, and then Chucky Doak and West Green. Starting off with that Hampton game, you pick up an 11-0 win, another conference win that completed the 5-0 first half sweep over all of the conference teams. How good did it feel to get that run rule win over Hampton?
Well, I actually wasn't at that game, but after hearing that we won so much, I was really glad that we did that.
I'm glad that we won because so far in the what counts games, we have not been beaten.
It's the same.
Going into the Tiny Day tournament also, you had a game with Happy Valley that ended up getting postponed on Thursday. Tiny Day tournament, I know, is everybody's favorite and least favorite at the same exact time. You get to play a lot of games in so many days, but you always play against tough competition. You had Daniel Boone and Cott County on Saturday, then followed that up with West Green on Sunday. So talk about your experience in this year's Tiny Day tournament.
Well, the first two, Cott County and Daniel Boone, those were tough teams. I think we did pretty decent against them because they were a lot more, better than us. But, West Green, I think we just weren't, loud enough, and we were just really down on ourselves.
I think we could have done better on the first game that we had played. We had gotten pretty close, but the second game, we did pretty good for how good they are, and then third game, West Green. I just think since it was a Sunday, we're not really used to playing Sundays, I think we definitely could have done better and stuff.
Yeah, I think we definitely could have beat the first team we played, but West Green, I think we just started off slow. We were waiting on our pitcher, and then that just threw us off. And
I know there's only been 3 losses so far this year, so there's not many losses to talk about. I'm sure the West Green one may be everybody's least favorite, but you were able to put that behind you and able to beat Chucky Doak on Monday and West Green on Tuesday, both on the road. And it seems like the Bats woke up finally. They were asleep over the break, or not over the break, but over the weekend in the Tiny Day tournament. Score 14 runs in a 14-4 win at Chucky Doak, and then 21 in a 21-7 win at West Green. How good was it to bounce back and get 2 county and conference wins back-to-back?
I was really proud of us because I think that was a real, confidence booster because we know we can beat them.
Yeah, I agree. I think we definitely needed that, win off of what we did the weekend that we just didn't do too good.
yeah, I was actually really happy. I don't know what to say.
And speaking of the color you're wearing too, the Chucky Doak game was the annual Pink Out game. I know that's something that Chucky Doak and South Green does every year. I think you all have actually partaken in the Pink Out game once before already. So talk about how much you enjoy that Pink Out game with Chucky Doak every year.
I really like that game. I feel like we always have fun doing it, and it's for a good cause. And we have really cute jerseys, so.
I think it's also for a good cause and, shows awareness, and I'm glad that we do it because a lot of sports do not do that. But also, yeah, outfits are pretty good, too.
I just like putting the pink eye black on and cheering and having a good time.
Do you all get to keep the jerseys after every game?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome. So they're different jerseys every year.
Yeah.
Is that something cool you think you all look back on later on in life whenever you're able to look back and remember those jerseys and those games?
Yeah, maybe if we're small enough, we could still wear them.
It's something special about that game, though, that you're able to keep those in future reference, be able to look back at them. But with those wins over Chucky Doak and West Green, you moved to 7-0 in the district now. I've talked about it each week now that each set of girls that I've talked to have been able to talk about a clean district record, and you're able to do that also. Sitting at 7-0 at the moment, close to that 10-0 mark, but still job's not finished yet. How happy are you with your performances in district games so far this year?
I'm really proud of it because I really think that shows that we are a good team and we really work together.
I like it because last year we were defeated by maybe one or two teams, I think, maybe. But I think it's definitely a lot better this year, and it definitely gives us a confident booster that we can do it if we work together.
I think at first we thought we were going to start off bad, but we definitely are ending up pretty good.
Something that I've asked each set of girls too. Softball, including baseball, is such a tough game because it's always said that it's 90% mental, 90% mental, and 10% talent. Whenever you have bad games or get into a slump, what do you kind of tell yourself to be able to get out of that?
I don't really know. I just try to brush it off, just not think about it at all.
I just start cheering.
I have a lot of mental problems when it comes to softball, but when I try to help myself when it comes mentally to it, but sometimes you just get in a block you can't get out of.
Sometimes you just have to let the game come to you naturally.
Yeah.
And then looking at the record right now, you sit at 9-4, 13 games throughout the year, 7-0 in district games. I'm sure everybody's happy with their team success so far throughout the season. How happy are you with your personal success and individual performances out there on the base paths?
Well, I don't really know. I feel like in practice I do not that bad, but in games I just get into my head, and so I've not been doing too good.
I think I could definitely do better, especially from the previous 2 years. I think I also get in my head when it comes to games because in practice I do a lot better, but at the end of the day you just gotta do what you gotta do. Haley, your answer.
So I think I've done pretty good this year, except for my hitting. But I think other than that, it's been pretty good in the outfield.
So you had a long stretch of games, I think 5 and 4 days as we talked about. You get the rest of this week off. Got a lot next week too. Got 3 that we'll talk about, but before we do that, of course, we need to go ahead and get a word in from our sponsors first. So we'll be right back after this break to talk about those upcoming games here on Grassroots Media.
Greene County, when the game's on the line, you need a team you can trust. Just like your favorite players on the field, Bailey Heating, Air, and Electrical has been showing up for over 30 years, delivering top-notch service to our hometown. We're just not your local experts, we're your neighbors, committed to keeping your home comfortable all year long. Call now at 423-636-8409 to become a member with us and get a heating inspection before winter comes.
Life's better with Bailey.
For more than 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has served customers in East Tennessee with licensed and professional plumbing services. From installing your new faucet to replacing your existing piping system, our team at Tommy's Plumbing is trained to handle the job with professionalism, attention to detail, and integrity. By offering warranties on most products installed by our technicians, Tommy's Plumbing stands behind our work, ensuring that your plumbing needs are not only met, but that your problem is solved for the long term. When you need reliable and professional plumbing service, Tommy's is the only call to make. So give us a call today and let us show you the Tommy's difference.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Gary's Paint Body Shop Amy Hawkless Show, where we cover everything on the field with the South Green Lady Rebel softball team. Not joined here with Lady Rebel softball coach Amy Hawk. Instead, joined here with three Lady Rebel softball players. So we've got 3 games ahead of us that we'll talk about. Sitting here on Thursday, we'll talk about it in a week in advance from Thursday to Thursday. You've got North Green here at home Monday at 5. You travel to Hampton Tuesday at 4:30. And make that long trip up to Mountain City to play Johnson County Thursday at 5 o'clock. So take me through those next 3 games and how excited you are to play each team.
I'm excited to play North Green here because I feel like we get more hyped when we're like play home games. And then Hampton, I hope it goes like we did last time. And I'm excited for the ride up to Johnson County because it's a beautiful scenery.
Okay, usually we don't hear that. Usually everybody dreads that drive up to Johnson
I
County.
mean, I like looking at the scenery, but
It is pretty. Do you all drive next to the lake?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am excited for North Green because they're also a really good team, but not to be mean, but I don't like their field. It's really hard. So I think we do better at like home. And then Hampton, I feel like they're a good team to beat also. And as Haley said, I think Johnson County has a really pretty view and everything, but I hate driving up there.
North Green, I'm also excited for it. I hope we do better than the first time we played them because we didn't do our best, but I think if we like keep the energy up, we should do pretty good. Hampton, I hope it goes like last time. And then Johnson County, I also hate the ride, but the scene is really nice.
Looking at the North Green game, too, I know I mentioned it in the first part. With only 4 losses on the season, there's not many bad tastes that are in your mouth. The West Green loss that you had on Sunday, you were able to avenge it 2 days later whenever you beat them at West Green 21-7. North Green, you've got the opportunity to avenge that loss from earlier in the season also, and it was your first loss of the year and actually your only loss going into the Tiny Day tournament. So does that kind of give you any extra motivation going into North Green's game, knowing that you can avenge a loss and they have to play you here?
Yeah, I feel like we do a lot better on our field. Like, I feel like, see, even last year we didn't play good, like, at North Green. So I feel like we just get more confidence when we play at home, and also the field is not very good.
I think it's better to play at home also because we know our field way better than anybody's like opponent field. So I think we'll definitely need to work hard for North Green because they're a really good team. But if we get the right working, then I think we can beat them.
Yeah, I really hope we're able to beat them. And like Haley said, I think we just play better at home. Something about it just makes the game go better.
Looking at the Hampton game, too, does it benefit you all that you played them so recently, too? Because you played them as recent as, I think, last Tuesday, and now you're going to play them again 2 weeks apart from each other. So do you think it benefits you all to kind of know their tendencies from recent as opposed to playing a team like North Green at the beginning of the season and now playing them here towards the end of the season? Do you kind of like it playing Hampton close within 2 weeks apart?
Yeah, I feel like you kind of get a read better on, like, where they hit it, like, certain players, where they hit it and stuff. So.
Yeah, I also agree with Haley.
Yeah, I also agree. I think, like, playing them closer in time, like, it doesn't give them much time to change up how they're going to play.
Look, I think one question that you all might remember from last year, we get every girl to talk about it. We did a pie chart on it last year. We talk about everybody's favorite sodas. So, what's your favorite sodas? It could be more than one. It can be just one. It could be the same as last year. We'll see if it changed. But what is everybody's favorite sodas?
Dr. Enough.
Okay, seems like a popular choice.
Baja Blast.
I also like Baja Blast.
Okay, seems like Baja Blast is one that I think you either love it or hate it.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. Do you like Baja Blast? You're the only one that did
I
say it.
love Taco Bell, but I just like Dr. Enough more.
Okay, just like regular Dr. Enough.
All of them out.
I think everybody knows Coach Hawk's favorite.
Mountain
Yeah.
Dew.
Yeah, she's always got a Mountain Dew on her at all times, it seems like. If we made a pie chart for Coach Hawk, I think it would be about 99% Mountain Dew with that little 1% Coke in there.
Yeah, for sure.
This past weekend was the Tiny Day tournament also. I think when we had Courtney on last week, we talked about the different Snow Biz flavors. What's everybody's favorite Snow Biz flavors?
Mine's probably either blue raspberry or the pina colada.
Okay.
Mine's either green apple or rainbow.
Mine's definitely pina colada.
Okay. I like the blue raspberry one.
Mm-hmm.
Last week they talked about they don't like the cherry or the grape. They say it tastes like cough medicine.
I love blue cherry. I don't like grape.
Okay.
I like the cherry, but the grape's okay, but it wouldn't be my choice.
Okay.
I'm fine with either of them.
Okay. So you're just going with the flow,
Yeah.
but just not a blue raspberry fan.
No, I don't like blue
Okay.
raspberry.
Ladies, I think that's all I've got for this week. Unless there's anything else you'd like to add.
Nope.
I don't think so.
All right. I appreciate y'all for sitting down with me. Hopefully we can talk with the next group of girls next week and talk about a few wins. But that's all we've got this week. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Gary's Paint and Body Shop Amy Hawkless Show. We'll see if Amy Hawk joins us next week here on Grassroots Media.